I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. Oh wait, I really haven't. I just want to start talking about this today. This is a Chinese copy of the TV movie S.O.S. Titanic. You know, that movie from 1979 about the Titanic that no one really cares about because the 1997 movie is a thing? Yeah, I don't remember either. This is a thing I've had in my room for the past few years. Around like 2015 to 17 is when I got it. Alright, so I just want to show you the beautifulness of this front cover. You have the Titanic in some water at the very bottom. The Castaway Pictures Classic Collection on DVD video. Oh my god. And here's the list of cast of 4 people who are in this. Well, actually 3 people. Last credit is the director. David Jansen, Susan St. James, David Warner. I'll get to this guy later. Directed by Billy Hale, whoever he is. There's Titanic sinking, footage taken from Night to Remember. S.O.S. Titanic. Chinese text I can't even read, for I don't even understand that language. It is the event shaking the world. On that fateful night, the impossible happens! Alright, okay. 2 problems with both of these sentences. It is not the event shaking the world anymore. I mean, it happened 100 years ago. Number 2, the impossible happens? Alright, okay. Ignoring the fact that some people said the Titanic was unsinkable, ignoring that, it actually is better possible for a ship to have a collision with an iceberg and for it to sink if the hull is made out of steel, which Titanic's definitely was. Alright, okay. Now we got that out of the way, let's look at the side. It's, Castaway Pictures, S.O.S. Titanic, Chinese text I can't even read, blah blah blah, I don't know what the fuck that means, DVD video. That's what it is. Alright, now we have the back, which contains some pictures from the movie itself. We have J. Bruce Ismay, Captain Smith, and a bunch of officers crowding around Thomas Andrews as he tried to explain to all of them that they're all fucked. This is only a few minutes after the iceberg hit, by the way. Second image of what I believe is Molly Brown after being forced into a lifeboat. You can tell because she's like, what the fuck? Why am I in here? Ah! And the third image is them trying to set up a collapsible lifeboat as the ship sinks. To be honest, it doesn't really look like it's sinking. It looks like water is being thrown on the ship itself and not actually sinking. Yeah. More Chinese text, by the way. And, of course, the name of the movie itself. I'm pretty certain the Chinese text is the movie's title in Chinese. I think that's pretty fucking self-explanatory. Why did I explain that? I don't know. Now let's look at this. Hopefully I can focus this properly because I have very shaky hands. It is an event which shakes the world. The night of April 14th, 1912, the impossible happens. Just 36 hours from New York, the maiden voyage of the RMS Titanic ends in disaster when the mammoth luxury... Okay, what the fuck do you mean by that? Do you mean old? Because quite frankly, the Titanic literally just started on its maiden voyage, which of course, as we all know, ended in disaster because otherwise all those Titanic movies would never have been made. The mammoth luxury liner... Excuse me, I'm looking for the fucking... Can you please fucking focus for me? Can you please focus? Thank you. The mammoth luxury liner hits an iceberg off the coast of Newfoundland. Those who survive the tragic night never forget their shocking and terrifying ordeal. Based on detailed research, and by detail they mean, well, as detailed as they can possibly get for pre-1985 Titanic films, this intriguing docudrama gives a rich sense of life. That's not even a hard word to spell. How the fuck did you fuck that up? Okay, anyways, gives a rich sense of life aboard the Titanic as it explores the lives of different passengers and movingly finds the courage amidst the horror and tragedy based on actual eyewitness accounts. There, that's what it says. Yeah, as you can tell, it has some English, but it's not the worst thing I've ever read. No, but seriously, the fact they somehow misspelled the fucking word kind of pisses me off in a way because it's not even that hard to spell. Alright. This is the same thing, but in Chinese, and this is the scene selections, or the chapter selection, if you're not a Chinese peasant. We will get to this later. This is what it showed on the front of the box, and some more credits. I'm even bother reading that, but it is proper English, I can tell you that much. Once again, Castaway Pictures, it was actually distributed by the Castaway Pictures, which makes sense because they did not make this movie as far as I'm aware. Warning, all rights to the manufacturer and the owner of the product reserved. Any unauthorized public performance, broadcasting, adaptation, or copying prohibited by law. Basically a standard warning thingamajig. DVD video, Dolby Digital, hidden subtitles. Oh my god, they're hidden? Really? Because what the fuck are the subtitles there for if they're hidden? All, which I'm assuming means for all regions, meaning they can be played anywhere. NTSC at the bottom. 4x3, and yes, this is in 4x3, technically. I'll get to that explained later. And you know the thing I like kind of like went over as gibberish over here? This thing right here? Well, it's also here, and hopefully it fucking focuses this time. Oh, now it looks even more blurry. Oh man, I love fiddling with this fucking thing. This is an old camera, mind you. This came out in 2011, if I recall correctly. CP DVD 2005-08. If I'm getting this right, this means it was made in August of 2005. There's a barcode, and now let's open it. Nothing inside except the DVD itself. Let's look at the DVD. Here we go. Here is S.O.S. Titanic, Chinese lettering, DVD video, Dolby Digital, the cast yet again, this time without Chinese text after their names, which I'm also assuming is, well, you know, their names but in Chinese lettering. That's also self-explanatory. The Castaway Pictures, the same fate from before, all rights reserved, blah blah blah. And it looks pretty nice for a DVD made by pirates. The back, it also has like a fucking thing on the top. CP DVD 2005-08. That's what it says. Alright. Well, that's the physical aspect of this thing dealt with. Alright, so, you might be asking yourself, Nick, are you going to be showing the movie? And of course I am. However, I don't know if it's going to stay on my channel because there are two things I got to say about this before we start. Number one, this is the 1980 version of the TV movie because there's two major versions. That's right, two. It's like Dawn of the Dead, except Dawn of the Dead is something you would probably want to watch, and this isn't. Alright, so basically, in 1979, in the fall of 1979 to be more precise, this movie was shown on ABC, and if I recall correctly, it was shown as a two-parter? Wait, no, that was Superman. That was the fucking 3-hour cut of Superman. Never mind, it's not a two-parter. It was 143 minutes, this movie, that was shown on ABC in 1979. 1 year later, it was cropped down to 103 minutes and was shown in Europe theaters. This version of the movie that was shown to Europe audiences in 1980 has been the only version ever globally released. It's been released on DVD, and the original version is only available as a few bootleg recordings because, you know, VHS was a thing back then. Alright, now you might be thinking, they're probably never going to release the original version, well, are they? Well, you're wrong, because in a few days from now, they will be releasing the original release and the 1980 version in one Blu-ray by Kino Lorber, or Lorber, whatever the hell the fuck you pronounce it. Yeah, so, let's get to my room.